great description of like a...
The people from Jeffreys Bay, it's just like a small town type syndrome thing where this is our bubble here in J-Bay, kind of living in a little utopia here, I guess. We get very spoiled for waves, so if it's a little bit onshore or not perfect out there, then people won't go surfing. We wait till it's perfect sometimes. A bit too spoiled. Well, I grew up in Port Elizabeth, which is an hour's drive away. We used to come here for the weekends when I started surfing, but then when I was like 14 years old, my family moved out here just for the lifestyle change and for the waves as well. That started going on and my parents decided, no, we got to move to Jeffreys Bay. That's where we want to spend most of our time. Jeffreys Bay is a sleepy hollow, although twice a year it kind of gets packed full of people during the contest in our winter time, and then in December for holiday season, for summer vacation. But it's pretty quiet out of season. There's not too much going on. It's a nice place to come relax, unwind. I spend about a month here and I'm stoked, and then I start thinking about trying to get out and I want to go visit someplace else.
1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Yes. You're the winner. He's the low pull champion.
He won.
Nice work.
I guess I got interested from a young age just from watching the videos on the internet, on YouTube. I saw base jumping and thought that looked like the ultimate feeling you can experience. So I thought one day I've got to base jump, and the way to get into base jumping is through skydiving. You have to get your skydiving license, learn how to fly the parachute, and it kind of evolves from there. I have a brother who's 3 years older and a brother who's 5 years older than myself. And kind of whatever they got into, I wanted to follow and do. They're like my role models, so they started surfing before me and I followed them. And then they also started doing a skydiving license. And I was like, man, I'm so jealous. I can't wait till I turn 16 and I can finally start doing my skydiving license. And yeah, that's where it began. I only finished my skydiving license when I was 18, and then started jumping just when I was home around surfing. And now I've built up my jump numbers where I've got 250 skydives. My older brother, Jono, decided he's going to go ahead with the base jumping. And at the time, it was very intense for me. There's a lot you got to think about, and there's like risk of your life possibly if you don't do everything correctly. So I thought, no, base jumping is too scary. I'm probably going to stick to skydiving. I started doing the qualifying series, the WSL qualifying series, so started traveling a lot for surfing, and but on the side when I was home, my mind went to skydiving. That's like my hobby. Surfing was my passion, my first passion, and kind of what I started doing for work, and skydiving was something that was just my passion. Like, okay, if I want to take a break, take my mind off surfing, then I've got to go for a jump. In 2018, I started base jumping. You've got different size parachutes. Obviously the bigger parachute flies slower, and that's what you use for base jumping because you're landing in tight landing areas amongst trees or around boulders. So for base jumping you got the big parachute that flies slowly and has to open really quickly because you're low to the ground. And for skydiving you have a smaller parachute which takes a long time to open because you're high up in the air and you want a gentle opening which is soft on the body. So I've got my skydiving parachute and my base jumping parachute. I also have a few wingsuits now. I've got 2 wingsuits, and I've bought a new parachute for flying with my wingsuit because sometimes you're opening, if your body position's off, you can go into a whole lot of line twists where the lines are tangled. So I've got a skydiving canopy, which is a more square shape, and so it's less likely to go into a spiral if you twist it up. When you jump off the cliff, your body position has to be correct. If you're uncontrolled or you go head low, go into a spin or something, you obviously you have the cliff behind you, so you don't want to collide with the cliff. And then once you're flying, you have to plan out your flights with your glide ratio and know where you're going to be, where you're going to open up, and you don't want to misjudge your flights. And it's been a cool adventure, something that takes my mind off surfing, but it's both about surfing and the base jumping is about being in nature. Base jumping, you're hiking in the mountains and you're in awe of the mountains, and surfing, you're in awe of nature, the ocean and the waves you're getting. So 2 different sports, but equal loves.